Before you buy new construction near Lady Bird Lake in the Holly District, you need to know this one thing. Buying some of these homes are absolutely amazing, while others you're buying pretty problems that you won't even know until after you move in. In just a few moments, I am going to tell you the one factor that changes the whole experience, and it's not the house. Hi, I'm Nicole Cooper, and I've been helping people buy and sell in the Austin area for over 15 years. And if you are looking to match your lifestyle to the right neighborhood, you're in the right spot. Let's get started on the Holly District so you know what to expect and you know if it's the right one for you. So if you're looking for new construction near Fiesta Gardens, that Holly District area, you're probably looking for one of a few things: walkability, lake access, or kind of that modern lock and leave convenience. So have a look in the map here, and this is why that area is so desirable. You can see this is downtown Austin right here, and you're hopping just across the interstate. You are right up next to what's labeled here on the map as the Colorado River. It's also known as Lady Bird Lake and Town Lake. We like to name same thing, multiple names in Austin. And these little dots I have here on the map today are 4 properties that I'm going to show you, 4 options for new construction. We'll get to that in a few minutes, but I just want to show you the general overall area here. I'm going to switch to satellite view so you can see the actual lake. There is a trail that goes all the way around it, and they have just finished the connection down here at Pleasant Valley. So it's a 10-mile loop, and it goes around the north side and the south side of the lake under the overpasses and things, so you don't have to fight with traffic. It's an absolutely beautiful trail, and we'll have a look at it right here. So this is what it looks like on the north side of the river, the area near the Holly District. On the lake, you can take paddle boards, you can take kayaks, people fish out there. Not too many motorized boats, though. You'll see a little small motorboat here and there every now and then, but it's mostly for non-motorized vehicles. Not too much swimming in there. It's not the cleanest water there ever was, but if you stay on top of your board or your boat, it's super fun. Now this is the south side of the lake. There are connections in 4, 5, maybe even 6 places now with that new connection where you can cross over from the north to the south side. But this river walk here, they just created a few years ago, and it has been a big hit for the city. And these are the views you can expect when you're going all the way around the lake. Take your bike, walk your dog, run. There's like pull-up bars and little workout stations all the way around, and you can even stop for coffee in some areas. So it's very, very popular to all the people of Austin using it. And here's a little look at one of the bridges for an overpass over one of the small little sloughs that come out to the side. There's a cute little example of a small little boat with a tiny little motor on it, but mostly you're going to see those paddle boards like here, and another view of the boardwalk there. Have some shady areas. People fish off of these sometimes, or just sit down and have a little relax or a picnic. In addition to the trail down there, I mentioned Fiesta Gardens. They have these playgrounds out there. They have big, expansive kind of lawn areas where we'll have some festivals. The Latin music festivals held over there. There's baseball fields, large fields for soccer and things. So the Fiesta Gardens is a very common place for gathering for different events, whether it's sports, music, festivals, things like that. The other main draw to this area is just the walkability to activities. So this road right here, I'm going to switch back to regular view so we can see it a little better. This is Cesar Chavez. Cesar Chavez is one of the main kind of entertainment districts on the east side, east of I-35. There's restaurants, coffee shops, and bars all up and down it. So if you're living in this area, there's a chance you wouldn't even need a car. You can have something here like Oseo, which is Korean food. I've been there many times. It's very good. You have Asian fusion. You have Mr. Natural, which you can get some good smoothies and some vegan food. La Barbecue, a lot of people like that. I'm originally from Gonzales, Texas, so my barbecue tastes are not La Barbecue-ish, but a lot of people really love it. You come a little bit further out here past Pleasant Valley, you get Luster Pearl, great game day atmosphere there, sports bar, and then this Kamuri Tatsuya ramen noodles with a little bit of a barbecue flair there. So just all sorts of different restaurants and things to do up and down Cesar Chavez. So you're between the water and an entertainment district. So that is one of the things that makes it so desired, and active people want to move there. Now, I'm going to tell you something that's really important to know about living in this area, and I'm going to stay on the map to do that. So due to the Holly District's location right near the I-35 corridor and an entertainment district, you have to be careful about which part you live in as to what you enjoy. The vibe and the people change block by block, so you really need to know what's going on. I mean, let's be serious. In downtown, you may see people experiencing homelessness, and they might have an opportunity to be out of the rain and out of the weather under these overpasses. And so down in this particular area, you're going to have a little bit different vibe than if you were, say, tucked back into the neighborhood over here where there's less through traffic, less walkers, less bus stops, things like that. So it's really important to understand the day-to-day, not just those listing photos. That's where we help you. In addition, here are my tips. Don't just go there one time a day. Go and visit the property 3 different times of the day. Go at 9 in the morning, go at 2 in the afternoon, go 9 at night. You want to vary what's happening because let's face it, every neighborhood changes from morning, noon to night. Also, stand outside for a couple of minutes. Obviously not in the yard, you don't own it yet, but just park in the street, stand outside and listen. How loud is that interstate? Are you too close to it where it's just gonna drive you crazy? I mean, motorcycles are really, really loud. Check your street parking. In this part of town, and let's face it, in most of Central Austin, not everybody has a garage, so or even a driveway. So you're gonna face a lot of street parking in the Central Austin homes. So in that area where you're planning to buy, is there room to park? Is it just, cluttered with trucks and cars and things where like you have to kind of wait for one car or you have to kind of pull over and have another car pass so you can go? I mean, this is important. Or is there enough room for plenty of parking and people can go two different ways at the same time? And then if you're interested in that lake, which I would assume you would be if you want to move that close to it and pay the premium, walk to the trail, see how far it is, see if it feels safe to get there, see if it feels safe after dark. These are all important things because you're going to be experiencing things 24/7, not just when you go and visit the property for that showing. Speaking of properties, let's have a look. I have 4 completely different ideas for you in new construction that are available today. Now, we're going to see more inventory later, but for right now, if you want to just get in down there, something small and quaint, you can get in in the 600,000s, maybe a $500,000 property if you go super tiny or super old. But we're not talking about old today, we're talking about new construction. And this one here is a 2-bedroom, 2-bath, 864 square feet, listed for $645,000. It was built in 2024, so it's not like anyone hasn't lived in it. In fact, they're using it for short-term rental and say they're actually killing it. And the reason why, if you look at this little rooftop patio up there, people love that for short-term rental. Know that in the summer in Texas, you're never going to go up there because it's too hot and it's facing west. So anyway, this is a style of home you can get. Very, very, very tiny yard, but you have a view of downtown. You have everything you need as far as a 2-bedroom, 2-bath goes. So very, very livable or short-term rental opportunity. And this one here, a little small 2-bedroom. Check out the little rooftop deck up there. You can definitely see downtown from that. I can show you over there through the trees. Not so sure about in the summer when the leaves are out, but anyway, now you have a downtown view. They say it's a killer for short-term rental, but it's for sale, nice and small. They rent very easily when they're a little 2-bedroom like that and 2-bath. The next concept for down in that area is a connected property, an adjoining wall. This is where you're going to find a lot of value. The less outdoor space you have, the lower the price. The less privacy you have, the lower the price. So this one here is a brand new construction, almost 1,500 square feet. Still a 2-2 though, but it's listed at $829,500. So this one, as you can see, is a townhome style. They're connected to each other, but they're very, very close to downtown. So if you really want something maybe lock and leave, so you don't have a yard to worry about, that exterior will be taken care of by the HOA, this could be a good option for you. You could walk to Rainy Street, you could walk to that Cesar Chavez area, and everything's brand new, nice, modern, on trend inside. And just to show you how close it is to downtown, there it is on the map. You only have just a few blocks to get to the underpass there, and then you're over on that Rainy Street entertainment district as well. Now we have another little different style. We have more of a townhouse style where it's all connected, walls shared and things, but this is how you can get better value and be this close to the city. Check that out. Very, very walkable location here. So if you're willing to share your space and your privacy with others, you can get down closer to the thick of things for less money. Our next option, super quirky. This is East Austin in a nutshell. This is multiple properties on one property. And, well, let's just go with the stats. $1,750,000. They're calling it 2,140 square feet, but it's all chopped up into different properties. So look at this design here. I mean, it is super cool, but I mean, really, can you live in something like this? I mean, I think this architect went a little bit over the edge. Like, look at this kitchen. Where do you actually put your stuff? You've got cool shelving to put some knickknacks on. If you travel a lot, that could be really cool, put things on there. But I truly think this one's highest and best use would be for a short-term rental. I mean, when you're looking on Airbnb or VRBO, you're never gonna forget this property. Round windows, rounded walls, round roof. I mean, look at this design. It's so unique, absolutely cool, but I don't think it's screaming to me primary residence. I think it's screaming short-term rental. People come in for a few days, stay in. It's super cool, very close to downtown, close to the lake. It's even got like a hammock style patio up on the second floor. I mean, you can't deny that it's unique and funky, and that is what East Austin is all about. But again, I'm thinking short-term rental. Look at those designs. Now this one is a doozy. Look at the shape here. We've got these arched, rounded, seamless roof structures all the way. In fact, a few different properties within the houses, a little tiny splash pool down there. This one is probably, East Austin du jour. This is what we get in East Austin. Funky, cool designs. This would probably be an excellent short-term rental because, I mean, look at this shape. No one's going to forget it. You find that online and you're gonna be like, yeah, I wanna stay at the green roof, roundy bit house like everyone else. Very interesting property. Tell me what you think about it. Would you like to own this to live in? Or do you think it's more of like a short-term rental doozy? Let me know. Our last option here, it's also pretty unique in that it's just a lot, so it is what you make it. You can buy just the lot for $695,000, but what the sellers have done is created some ideas. Now, before we even move into that, I'm gonna show you this here on the map because it has a wonderful location. It is a stone's throw to the lake or the hiking trail or both. It's on the park, it's on a cul-de-sac. I mean, it is an absolutely excellent lot location. But what they have done, they've made some renderings here of things that you could do. And yes, if you build that high, you will have the downtown views in the background. It's that close. Again, ignore this isn't a listing for this property. These are just renderings from our wonderful artificial intelligence world that you could possibly build there. But here's the lot here. It gives you an idea how close you are to downtown, and just out to the left is the lake, as you can see here. And look at this property here, blank slate. Yep, you can choose what you want to build. New construction across the street in any direction, and still some bungalows left nearby. The main draw to this location is its proximity to the lake and the park over here at the end of the cul-de-sac. This is the end of the cul-de-sac, and this is the Fiesta Gardens park that it opens to, and the trail just beyond the park down there that opens up to Town Lake or Lady Bird Lake. That's the value in this property and this lot, and they say if you build high enough, you can see downtown. We'll see. So here are the standout items when we're comparing new construction to resales. New construction, of course, it's modern, it's beautiful, the layouts are great, you have plenty of storage in the closets. In older homes, not so much. Now, an older home may have been fixed up, remodeled and things, but you're still never going to have that closet space like you have in these new constructions unless they've actually added on to that older home. On a new construction, you're generally going to have lower maintenance. They're going to have a warranty on it, 1, 2, and 10. So head to toe a year, and then the systems for 2, and then your foundation and structural for 10 years. And in the resale homes, you're not going to have any kind of warranty unless you buy like a home protection plan or something like that, but the warranties are long gone on resales. New construction homes are generally going to have a lot less yard space than a resale. The developers are maximizing every inch of build out they can with the amount of lot that they have, so you're always going to have a tiny yard unless you're paying extra premium custom prices. Now, one thing about this is when you get put that close to your neighbors, I like to have the privacy test. And so what that means is I go and walk the house from the inside and look out from every window and see who's going to be staring in at me from said windows. Do I need to wear clothes all the time in my house because there's neighbors always peeking through? You know, these new constructions have all this beautiful glass and windows allowing in all that natural light. Well, it also allows the whole neighborhood to look at you as well. So do the privacy test, see if you can live with it. If you can't, how many window curtains and styles of curtains and drapes and awnings and things are you gonna have to install to make it where it's comfortable for you? Okay, next, I'm going to tell you the silent deal killers. The deal killer number 1, we've already discussed it just a little bit, the size of the lot. Sometimes they will put another home right behind you and they're driving up right through by your kitchen window to get through to their garage. So check that out, make sure you have enough privacy for your lifestyle. The next deal breaker is, kind of pretty problem finishes. Sometimes they use materials that scratch really easily, that are awkward or built in a funny way because, it just looks trendy, but it won't last more than a few months, much less 2 years. So you need to make sure you know what materials and quality of the materials are in that home before you pull the trigger on buying that one. Because some finishes just help you sell the house and not actually help you live in the house. And the last deal breaker are school zones. Have a look. If you have kiddos, this is going to be important. The school zones are chopped up quite a bit in this area. So here's the area we've been talking about right here, this Holly Street district area. So we have some of it that feeds into the Eastside Early College and some of it that feeds into Austin High. And here is the huge difference. If you feed into Austin High, that school gets an 89 out of 100. It's a big high school, 2,321 students, putting it at 18 and a half students per teacher, but still it gets 89 out of 100. If you're on the other half of the Holly District feeding into Eastside Early College, it only gets 63 out of 100. Much smaller at 657 students and only 14.2 per teacher, but their grade's pretty low. So if schools are important to you, that is going to be the ultimate deal breaker. So now that you've figured out if there's a deal breaker or you for not, we can talk about the value question. Holly values and pricing moves fast. The mistake isn't buying here, but it is paying for features that don't actually add resale value. So you want to know that street feel. Is it noisy? Is there parking? You want to know about the layout efficiency. Does the floor plan actually make sense, and is it usable for living, not just showing those beautiful listing photos? Does the outdoor space function? If you're an outdoors person, you need to have enough yard to use, and it needs to be not a rooftop patio facing the west, because 8 months, maybe 10 months out of the year, you won't even use it because it's too hot. Privacy. Think about those sight lines looking into your house, or even the opposite, what you have to look at. If there's something ugly out your kitchen window that you have to look at every time you wash dishes, maybe not for you. And lastly, that quality finish out. Do the corners match? Are they off? Are the cabinet doors askew just a little bit? Look at that tile in the bathroom, in the showers. Is it straight lines, or are they kind of a little bit wonky? Is the grout already cracking? I mean, there are a lot of telltale signs that can tell you if somebody really took the time and care that the property deserved, or if they were trying to get it out the door as quick as possible and on the market so they can make a quick buck and turn to the next one. So those are the value plays. Now, who is this the best fit for? Well, it's someone that wants easy access to the lake, walkability, outdoors. You want that modern, low hassle home. We're talking about the new construction part of it. And you're okay with kind of those tighter lot lines, a little bit less privacy for a little bit more new, trendy, beautiful home. This is not an area that's going to fit you if you need something that's super quiet and you need off-street parking, everybody to have their cars tucked in the driveway or garage. And if you need a lot of privacy in a big yard, this is going to be a hard find, or you have to pay that custom premium price to have both the new construction and the beautiful yard. So in a nutshell, if you're happy trading space for that location so you can be right at the thick of things, this is the good neighborhood for you. If you're buying a new construction here just because you want new construction, we can probably find better places for you. Comment below if this isn't the right neighborhood and give me your top 3 must-haves, and I'll shoot you to the right neighborhood that fits your lifestyle. Over the years, I've never had a client that didn't choose new construction over resale. Everybody wants new, somebody else hasn't even lived in it and dirtied it up or whatever, but most of the time, the value just isn't there. If you want to live in central Austin, buying new construction is just sometimes out of reach, and a resale that's been fixed up, or even better, if you're looking for appreciation, a resale that you can fix up and put the sweat equity in, that's where the money is. So thanks for sticking around. If you think this neighborhood is for you and you want to see some homes, or if this isn't the right neighborhood and you want me to nominate another one that would match your lifestyle, all you have to do is give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email, or set up a Zoom call, because we are always here to help you find the perfect home that matches your lifestyle. Until next time, be kind to yourself and others. Can't wait to see you around town.